Hi everybody! Welcome to No Story is Sacred. If you've never listened before, basically we're four siblings who grew up talking about the art of storytelling. Now that we're adults, we're still talking about it, and we're inviting you to join the conversation. I'm Pippin, and if I were a man, I would eat his heart in the marketplace.
God damn it, Pippin. Best line of the goddamn play.
Yeah.
I'm Alex, and if we can do this, Cupid is no longer an archer. His glory shall be ours, for we are the only love gods.
Hell yeah.
Humility.
This totally won't come back to bite me.
Shakespeare story. I'm Kat, and I was not born under a rhyming planet.
And I'm Don Brendan, the bastard.
Ugh, nice.
Who is just this morning fled to Messina.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking that...
From Messina.
From Messina, yes.
I was thinking that, if he be not merry, why should he smile? I'm not doing the line right, but, if he's feeling upset, he will bite. Do not make of him a merry man. I don't know, that's Star Trek. His whole speech is basically a mood.
I'd rather be a thorn in a hedge,
than a rose in his Grace's pocket or something like that?
Yeah.
Don John was just having a bad time, I guess. He was in a mood.
Well, his entire motivation was literally like, I'm depressed. Let's fuck some shit up. Like, right? It's a mood.
I appreciate the Shakespeare villains who are just like, you know what? I'm evil because fuck you. That's why.
Yeah. Like, I'm
motivation?
sorry.
Don't know her.
I'm sorry. Are you my therapist? No, you're my henchman. Let's go.
If there was for a Martin Abbott adaptation of this, he would be the favorite character on a reality TV show, and people would be going, "What's he going to say in confessional?"
Yeah.
I've been binge watching Food Truck Race old seasons, and I just finished a season with a team from Boston that the entire time they were just exactly as you would picture a team from Boston being, in that they were just total assholes.
Hey.
Oh, I should watch just that season.
Hey.
I fucking love Boston assholes.
What the fuck are you doing? What? I'm doing what you told me to do, Johnny. Did I tell you to do it like fucking that?
See,
I'm doing what you told me to do. Shut up, guys. Like that?
I'm imagining him more of blood orange. So pay attention. It's fucking red.
Wow.
It's fucking red.
It's fucking red, eh? Wait, that's Canadian.
that's like a Bostonian that moved to Canada. It's weird.
Hell yeah.
Probably not unheard of, though.
No, it's a...
Let's go to the dunks.
Dunks.
Yeah.
Oh, how many ice donkeys were they holding at any given time?
This is an older season, and they were traveling mostly along the southern reaches of the U.S., so I think they were deprived of dunks. I think that's why they were so cranky. Yeah.
That's what did it. You gotta have your dunks.
Yeah, and the thing is, in total peak Bostonian fashion, I know this is a tangent, but I don't care.
Yeah. Tangents?
Yeah. They declared one of the other teams was their arch rivals. The other team didn't really reciprocate ever, aside from just being annoyed at these guys from Boston.
That's amazing.
But eventually,
that's very us.
Yeah. But eventually when the Boston team, they didn't win it at all, unfortunately, but, when they did leave, it was like, yeah, started off fucking hating those guys, but in the end, I respect them. I like them.
That is the true Boston mood.
There it is.
Yeah,
there it is.
Yeah.
See, if they don't care about you at all, that's when you know you're fucked.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fucked.
It's just the California guys just don't quite get it.
No. You gotta put your heart in it. Wait, I fucked that up. You gotta put your heart in it. There you go.
Yeah.
Hot.
You're hot.
You're hot.
Okay, all right.
Taking notes about what my changes are gonna be.
Oh no. Oh shit, changes.
Haha.
Uh-oh.
Or what you're gonna take, we're flexible because we don't follow the rules of our own frickin' podcast.
Fuck
and that way, that's
I'm
how
a
we're
goddamn
kind of
fucking rebel.
Bostons.
Hey. No story is sacred. Even the story of what we're going to say in this podcast.
Oh,
Even our
snap.
founding mythology.
Yep.
I was born from an egg, and I haven't really left it. There's a funnier joke there, but I couldn't find it. Also, the Cat Crichton story.
Okay.
All right.
Today.
7 minutes.
Today.
Great intro, guys. Real tight.
Oh, you know what? 3 years in, we're gonna get it someday.
We're almost at 100 fucking episodes, guys. We'll make it someday.
That's a lie.
No,
Yeah.
the take is a lie.
Today.
Pippin's like, we're doing this.
It's the inexorable passage of time. Go on, Pippin.
Today we're talking about the classic Shakespeare play, Much Ado About Nothing. So spoilers abound for this, few 100-year-old play. If you want
Listen,
specific-
it is spoiler. Listen, I don't know. Did she die? What did he do?
his best.
Who did she fuck? Because I heard she definitely stepped out on him, and that
If
means
you want specific content warnings about things we may talk about, check out the show notes check out the oh fuck.
See, now you're thinking about it, you're like, oh my god, who did Hero sleep with? I heard she was a virgin, but is she?
Her
She
cousin,
is belied.
her cousin has been in her bedfellow who these past 6 months.
Yeah, well, her cousin, right? How can we trust that?
The specific content warnings will be on nostoriasacred.com.
There. Good job, Pippin.
Woo! For
made
those of you who've never seen or read Much Ado About Nothing, nothing we say today is going to help you. But the summary according to the Folger Shakespeare Library...
Whoa, not going for Wikipedia
I know,
or
I got
Google?
fancy with it.
Oh.
The best part of waking up is Shakespeare in your cup.
Well, also, if you just Google Much Ado About Nothing, it gives you actual information about the actual play. Like, it was written the first folio, the second folio, and not the actual plot.
Listen, the first folio and the second plot, that is the actual plot. In my dissertation.
So, the summary according to the Folger Shakespeare Library, which I've
not
been,
Cat.
and I touched the first folio of Shakespeare.
You touched it?
I touched it with my bare hands. So,
Oh my god.
What did it feel like?
So basically you fucked Shakespeare. I see.
yeah.
He's dirty though. You should get tested.
Anyway,
well-
the summary.
One of Shakespeare's most frequently performed comedies, Much Ado About Nothing, includes 2 quite different stories of romantic love. Hero and
Fuckboy
Claudio.
Supreme.
Hero and Claudio fall in love almost at first sight.
Almost.
But
I just want to interrupt you. Sorry. Go.
But an outsider, Don John, strikes out at their happiness.
The bastard.
yeah.
Beatrice
I heard
and
he was a bastard.
That sucks so bad. Beatrice and Benedict are kept apart by pride and mutual antagonism.
I heard
I'm
I
sorry.
heard
until
that they
others
used to
decide
be.
pay Cupid.
I heard that they used to actually be close, but then Benedict actually kind of was a dick to Beatrice, and now they are forever enemies.
You always end with a Jade's trick.
A long
I know
time
you of
ago.
old.
I know you of old.
They used to be friends.
Oh my god, lovers to enemies. Back to lovers?
Alright, before we get into all of it, what versions did everybody watch? Because I think we all went with different ones.
Your face.
Your face.
Okay, I'm gonna be straight up, guys. I am relying entirely upon my memory of reading this and watching the Kenneth Branagh. I actually do not like many other ones. Oh, wait. No, that's Tammy of the Shrew. Fuck that.
Anyway, okay, so Cat has has the play.
The Tenant. And the Tenant.
Yeah. But for recent stuff,
Presumably.
the play.
The play, yeah.
All right, Pippin?
I watched the David Tennant, Catherine Tate version.
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched the Kenneth Branagh version, but I've also seen the in the Tenant Kate, and also the one that was featured on PBS.
Oh, I want to watch that one.
Which one's that one?
It was a Shakespeare in the play in the park version.
Ooh.
So the most accurate version.
I mean,
done by people of color.
Nice.
Yeah.
that's right. I did want to see that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah.
I subscribed to PBS for it.
Nice. And I watched the 2013 directed by the ever problematic Joss Whedon version. I think probably at his house.
It was at his
It was
house.
because it
I've
was
seen
during
that
was it the writer's strike?
one. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And Much Ado was conveniently already written.
what? Public domain even. Don't have to pay authors.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, Shakespeare said we don't have to worry about the morality of it.
that's true.
Yeah, and to be fair, like, actors were also out of work during this because there was a solidarity thing.
Yep.
So they didn't want to cross the picket line. So it was actually a good thing.
And and here's the thing, we can just ignore them.
Yeah. Consider that red.
Yeah. But you get to see, the actors just acting out a Shakespeare play. And so you have, like, a lot of familiar faces.
Fillion played, Dogberry, yeah.
Yep, yeah.
Leaving aside
It's a good, meaty, comedy that it continues to be funny today.
Oh yeah,
which
very
is great.
easily adaptable.
Oh yeah, it doesn't have as many problematic historical issues, I find, as like Taming of the Shrew. You gotta manipulate that one a wee bit. And which is fine. That's culture, right? That's what you gotta do.
Yeah.
If you don't examine it, that's a problem. I find that with, for the most part, not Pride and Prejudice. What's the name of this again? Much Ado About Nothing.
Wow.
Sorry. I find that with Much Ado About Nothing, the problematic stuff is all in kind of the B plot with the idiots. So, for instance, like, she slept with somebody else, so says, the gossip, and therefore I can't marry her, and also she's a whore, and let's kill her. And everyone's like, wait, what the fuck are you doing? That's not chill, man. It's not chill.
You are ruining the vibe of the party.
Of the entire party.
Like, who actually cares? You guys met yesterday.
Yeah, like, it was clearly like the sort of like, oh, young love, but young love runs hot and can run a lot of different ways, and it can also go real fast. Which is a nice thing because technically Benedict and Beatrice are supposed to be a more mature, like, they've gone through that stage already. Because that's what happened in, like, the past that we don't know about, except for, like, one line where Beatrice is like, fuck you. So...
He had my heart once I lent it for a while, or something.
Yeah, and I thought that, it was a double heart, and then it turned out that, he's a dick. So, Benedict, get it? So, anyway, but now, of course, he's regretting stuff too, because he's older, and he's like, I was maybe an asshole. And I would try to make it up to her, except now she's real mean to me, and everyone's like, yeah.
Yeah, you're the buddy.
So honestly, that's a lot of what makes it okay for me in this, is that it does happen, but it's not glossed over. It's not the point, or rather, it's not the approved point. Like, this is of course. Oh, there's shrewish women. Am I right? Gotta get them to bridle them. In this one, no, Benedict thinks that she's great for being, that mean. He would just like it to be, like, directed in other directions.
Not at him or his beard.
But even then, they're still snarking at each other right up to the last minute. And it's clearly part of the appeal now. They are the primary love interest, whereas the people who are doing historically shenaniganish things are the B-plot, largely ignorable, and honestly, they are not rewarded for it either.
I mean, they get married at the end. That's their reward in the comedy.
Only after they fixed being assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's still a reward at the end.
Yeah, true.
And,
well,
and
that's
help out
comedy.
Benedict and Beatrice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the nice thing is that, he comes to the realization after they fake a funeral. Like you do in a comedy. Fake dating, fake funerals. To be honest, I'm writing that down for changes. In that way, he regrets the fact that he did that. That's the thing. That's kind of what makes it still even okay for me that they did end happily. He's like, oh, maybe I was a dickwad. Oh. But he didn't do it until after they're like, by the way, she wasn't a whore.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Like, even when he heard about her death, he was still kind of
being a dick about it.
But he was losing all his friends. Benedict was like, hey, come here. He's like, oh, hi, how's it going? He's like, come a little closer. Come here. He's like, oh, you're my best friend. He's like, am I?
I'm gonna kick your ass, little boy.
To be fair, and again, in Branagh's version, who has the guy who played Horatio, who goes on to play
Wilson.
Not House. Yeah, Wilson. Not
Horatio?
Watson. Was it Horatio? No.
Claudio?
Claudio,
Listen, fake Italian names. Shakespeare. So the guy who plays Claudio has like a good 4 or 5 inches on Kenneth Branagh. And Kenneth Branagh, they're all wearing heels because it's historical. They don't put Branagh on an apple box or anything like that. They just literally have him fucking shove Claudio against a wall. And Claudio's still like 4 inches taller, but like Branagh has like this weasel look where he's like, oh, cool, I'm lower, just brings me closer to your dick to bite off. You know what I mean? So you can tell that I imprinted on something.
A proper Benedict will bring the I am not kidding when I say I'll kill you energy.
Yeah.
Yes. Particularly since he's largely considered kind of like,
a goofball. He's a goofy friend.
He spends the entire play being kind of silly and ridiculous. Mm-hmm. So when he drops all that and goes like, no, I am fucking serious right now, it impacts harder.
He's the prince's right-hand man, right?
I'll make it good to you how you dare, with what you dare, and when you dare. Like, ooh.
But yeah, like he's large. Honestly, I think in a lot of ways he takes. Dogberry is a clown, right? But Shakespeare has clowns and he has fools. And the one who's a fool in this play is Benedict, I argue. And this is the fool gets the love story.
I mean, he is the prince's fool, but Beatrice says it.
It's a classic trope where it's the like crouching moron, hidden badass.
Hell yeah.
And you have Benedict, he's kind of acting foolish and cracking jokes and just having a good time. And then things get a bit too real. Mm-hmm. Somebody brought bad vibes to this party. He is not here for this. He was just going to have a good time flirting with Beatrice now that he kind of heard word from some other people that she's actually into him. Weird.
What?
And
wait, it's all a joke?
And now at this wedding where, he was probably going to, flirt some more with Beatrice and then, probably live happily ever after and all that. They bring the bad vibes and he knows all the parties involved. And it's like, wait, Claudio, not generally a dickwad. Hero.
Just an idiot.
Yeah. Hero.
He's young.
Lovely. Mm-hmm. And he probably learns later, is like, wait, you guys are operating on intel from Don John?
Well, and that's the other thing. Like, sure, he's the fool. How many wars has he been to now? How many battles? How long has he survived as the prince's right-hand man? The prince who actively has fucking succession crises happening all around him. You know what I mean? And yet he's still here. What's he got under the hood? You know what I mean?
Still standing.
He just laughs so that way he doesn't cry.
Oh. And also he does like Beatrice is the smartest cookie in the room, which is one of the many reasons why he loves her. And if she's like, this is bullshit, this is all bullshit, he's like, you know what? I've taken a reading of who has all the brain cells of this party. And it seems that you have the majority of them. So, yeah, I'm with you on this. Let's go fuck them up.
And can you go kill them? It's like, hold on.
Wait, that's my best friend. You've had like 20 best friends, and that's my best friend.
She's like, fine, don't. See if I care. I'm gonna go kill him. And he's like, wait, no.
Okay. Let me see if I can resolve this. If we can't, then we explore the killing option, okay?
Then we can all kill together.
I
will teach you how to sword fight. Writing that down for my notes.
Oh, man. Do we need to get into the actual plot?
A little bit. I think that because...
we've kind of been circumspect about a lot of it so far.
Yeah. Pip, you're a good storyteller.
All right.
I'm the one who's paid for it, and the boys are here too, but you tell the story.
Let me wait for this motorcycle
I can make up stories on the fly.
Oh, that's true. You're the improviser, yeah.
Yeah, but telling stories about stuff that actually happened?
So...
I have to have
no shit.
paragraphs.
So, no shit.
There they were.
There they were. We open the play at Don Leonardo. I don't think he said Don. I don't know. But Leonardo's home in Messina.
Rich guy in Messina. Big house. Nice duds.
He's got a bunch of his friends around. He's got his wife. He's got his niece Hero. He's got his daughter Beatrice. Actually, maybe it's his daughter Beatrice and his niece Beatrice. Anyway, his daughter here, his niece Beatrice. I don't know where Beatrice's parents are. Now that I think about it.
She's older. She is older. I believe that they are fucked off or dead or something. She is his niece.
Well, he had either his brother or his sister. It depends on which version you're reading. You're looking at. Oh,
that's right. Is that her dad?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh,
must be.
Then her mom must be around. Anyway,
none of this is important.
Yeah, she's older. She's an adult, and she's also kind of a spinster at this point.
And they're all at his house, and they get word that the Prince Don Pedro, his brother Don John the Bastard,
who he has lately reconciled with.
Yes. It's a very recent thing. Everyone else is still kind of about him.
Yeah.
Really?
Everyone's all like, are you sure?
He's like, he's my brother, though. It's like, okay.
He's kind of a bastard.
Meanwhile,
not in the literal way.
Meanwhile, there's Keanu Reeves from the brown version in the corner being like, meh.
I actually like his version.
Oh, no, I do. What I'm saying is that, like, yeah, we're reconciled. And him being like, the fuck we are.
I like how no Don John even tries in any version. He's just over in the corner glowering every single time.
He's like, maybe he should have realized this was a bad idea.
Yeah, in the 2013 one, it's like Simon from Firefly.
Oh, nice.
Randomly, one of my favorite things about the Joss Whedon version is someone actually pointed out to them how all the girls look really nice and have really pretty clothes, and all the guys seem to have weird, suits that don't quite fit, and someone had to be like, those are our actual clothes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so, Don Pedro, and, the company of soldiers, have returned from the wars. They were successful. So everyone's gonna go to Leonardo's. They're gonna have a big old fucking house party about it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
May we all be so lucky.
Yeah.
So
one of us get rich so we can have gigantic house parties after going to war.
I mean, I wouldn't say no, just a gigantic house party. So they show up and, start celebrating. All the important characters who need to meet each other meet. And Claudio takes one look at Hero and goes like, whoa, hello. And Hero takes one look at Claudio and goes, oh, hey.
And meanwhile, both Beatrice and Benedict, those two characters' main best friends, are like, wait, 1 second, you've literally just met.
She's too brown for a fair praise, too plain for a good praise. No, too short for a tall praise.
Yeah.
In short, I do not like her.
Oh, if she were other than what she is, she were unhandsome.
Wait, let's make this summary more tight because we're already running along.
It's almost like we should watch the play, everybody. Watch the play.
Anyway, Beatrice and Benedict snipe at each other, and Claudio decides that he wants to woo and marry Hero. The prince goes like, "I will help you out with this because I am a good person." Everyone
and
goes
I'm
like,
sad.
"This."
No, he's also sad because he wants to, he's like, I love fools, I would love to marry Beatrice. And Beatrice is like, no. And he's like, oh,
you're
cool.
skipping ahead, and because you're working off your memory, you're actually getting this wrong. So the prince is going to woo Hero in the name of Claudio with masks. This goes about as well as one would expect. In that it looks briefly like it's going to end poorly, but because Don John goes to Claudio and goes like, hey, the prince woos for himself. And then everyone around him is all like, no, he wooed for you. You get your hero. And everyone's all like, yay. And Don John's like, shit.
Gotta come up with another evil plan.
Well, that's the thing, like, come on, Claudio. Don John already tried tricking you once. Later on, when he does it again, should have been a little more leery.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, and
fool me 3 times. Apparently, my name's Claudio.
So then,
and during that time, Benedict in mask is like, "Hey, Beatrice, what do you think about Benedict and Beatrice knowing
Being no dummy.
like
It's all like, oh, you mean Ben a dick? Or worse to that effect. And then Benedict goes crying to the prince about it. That my lady Beatrice should know me and not know me. But anyway, and so Claudio and Hero go like, we're gonna get married tomorrow, and her dad's all like, dudes, wait until Monday at least.
Chill.
Chill the fuck out. Did
And then
none of you see Frozen? Come on now. Gotta give it a minute.
And everyone's all like, well, what are we gonna do with the rest of our weekend then? And they're all like,
Pranks?
hold on.
Pranks.
we're gonna drink, and we're gonna play matchmaker, motherfuckers!
Woo!
Because you know what's really funny, guys? What's really, really funny? Benedict keeps talking about Beatrice. Really? That's funny, because Beatrice keeps talking about Benedict. Guys, I have such a good idea.
And just imagine everybody having like a full glass of like scotch in their hands as they're discussing this, drunk out of their minds. It's like,
I mean,
hold on,
Scotch,
hold on.
I feel Scotch is almost too good for this.
No, they're
Boxed wine.
There you go.
they're drinking flat champagne at this point.
Yeah, when it's the last booze around, but you'll still drink it.
Jungle juice.
Ew.
So, the boys go over to Benedict, and while he thinks he's in, they loudly have a conversation about how sick in love Beatrice is. And Benedict is all like, I mean, they must be telling the truth.
Yeah.
They don't know that I'm here, right?
And I am awesome.
It's true. Who else would she love?
The 2013 version, Alexis Benioff, is that what is? Yeah.
Dennis
Alexis. Yeah.
Denisov. Oh, whatever. Names.
Yeah, sure.
Like he's like outside and doing the absolute worst, like hiding in plain sight you could possibly imagine, and he's like rolling out of the way, and clearly,
And the guys are actively trying to turn each other so their back is to him, so they're at least plausible.
Yep.
Oh, God. Which, by the way, plays fantastically on stage.
Yeah,
Obviously. I mean, this is peak Shakespeare humor.
In the Tennant Tate one, David Tennant does a spit take into Leonardo's face and hides behind a pillar, and everyone pauses and then goes like, and hold their hands out as if it started to rain.
And in the Branagh one, he makes a noise where he's like, ah! And they all pause, and they're clearly thinking, they're like, wait, how are we going to fake this one? Because we all reacted. And Kenneth Branagh's like, oh no, I have to figure out. So he makes a cawing noise, which is not at all convincing. And they all look at each other like, oh, he's trying to pretend to be a bird. Okay. All right.
Okay, cool. We can roll with this.
All right. Okay.
And then all the girls go to Beatrice and basically pull the same thing.
Same shenanigan.
It's hijinks.
It's peak hijinks.
And so then Beatrice and Benedict are both all like, well, we have no choice but to be in love now.
Darn, we were so committed to hating each other forever, but, well, I mean, what are you gonna do?
I mean, the other one loves me, and I guess I should do something about that. I mean,
they're going to die if I don't love them back.
it would be a cruelty not to.
So, that happens. And meanwhile, Don John's being a bastard.
Don John's like, you know what? Nobody invited me to have this shenanigan. Fuck them. And also, I hate you all.
And his friends are all like, don't worry. We can cause some mayhem.
And he's like, thank you for causing me some mayhem.
I shall laugh when I am merry.
And serve no one man's pleasure.
Hell yeah.
One of his goons, I forget his name.
It doesn't matter.
Sets it up so that the girl who has a crush on him dresses up in Hero's clothes.
Kinky.
They bone in a window.
Fuck yeah, they do.
Hero's
So
window.
Hero's window.
Hero's window. Cause she's Hero's waiting gentlewoman, so she has access to that. And he calls her Hero, in time for Don John to go like, look at your fiancé.
And you think, look! And what's Margaret's deal when she doesn't question that?
Listen, that's between them and what they have discussed and their consent.
Well, also, in the Whedon version, Margaret does look upset by what's happened.
She's like, I thought this was just supposed to be a good time. Now I'm implicated in this nonsense? God damn it.
And her speech later about when Benedict is complimenting her has a sort of tinge of sadness in it. So, but then in the Whedon version, she's played by Ashley Johnson, and who doesn't love Ashley Johnson?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so, and then Claudio, instead of just going to talk to Hero about it.
Like, hey, I saw something weird. Was that actually you? It's like, no,
Like,
I
hey,
was in my
girl.
cousin's bedroom.
Hey girl, where were you last night?
Sleeping with Beatrice. He's like, yeah, girl, look, now she's my cousin. It's okay.
She wasn't with Beatrice last night.
I thought she was with... Oh,
No,
alright.
that's part of the problem.
Oh, my bad. Her.
So then he humiliates her at their wedding by saying, no, I will not have her, for she's a proven stale or something.
Waits till the wedding.
Yeah.
Dick move, Claudio.
Dick move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Claudia.
On very thin evidence.
Yeah.
Hero faints. He and the prince go off. Her dad yells at her and is very upset. And Benedict takes a moment to be the sensible one.
Surprise.
If no one else is taking the sensible hat, I will put it on.
Again, he's like, guys, I came here for a good time. The fuck?
It is highly doubtful that shit went down, and did you notice who was saying it? I'm just saying.
And then the priest, like any Shakespeare priest, is like, here's an idea. Have you considered faking your death?
Listen.
And as Shakespeare heroes are all like, I mean, when a priest says it.
Listen, Catholics, it was an iffy time. Those priests, I mean, God, they were probably up for anything.
Hey. So, Hero, picks her own death. To guilt trip Claudio, because this is a great way to start a relationship.
Hell yeah.
Beatrice and Benedict have a conversation where Beatrice is all like, hey, if you love me, you'll kill Claudio. and Benedict is all like, I mean, he's a good friend, but I do love you. Therefore.
Wait, he's like, is there any other way we could do this? And she's like, I guess you don't love me then. He's like, fuck. Okay. Alright. Yep. No, you called it though. I do love you, so. Okay.
And so,
Then we get the dog spirit.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, you gotta have a clown. There's a lot of serious shit going down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They caught Conrad and the other one on,
Talking about it.
yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So it's funny how the clown basically is the linchpin to solving all the problems.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Borachio.
Braccio, yeah.
Borachio confesses to the crime when he hears that Hero has died. Because he didn't sign up for killing anybody.
Like, she's a nice girl, and also, like, now my girlfriend's really upset with me.
Shit.
Like, this is supposed to be some fun and games, and what the fuck?
Just a prank, bro. Just a prank.
Yeah. So he then confesses to the crime, and it's only when Hero is proved innocent that Claudio actually starts to feel bad about it. Because when she was dead, he felt kind of bad about it, but not enough to, like...
Mostly that he lost his friends.
Yeah. Didn't really feel bad about Hero.
And now Benedict's mad at me. Like, you're still my friend and prince. Well, I'm definitely in the same shit as you are, and I'm definitely weighing the options of a possible civil war now.
Because, yeah, like, this guy is not, like, a prince or anything, but you'll notice he has a fucking huge house fit for a prince. And I'm more than willing to marry his spinster niece. And, like, you gotta think, Shakespeare times, spinster niece? That's money, land, power. Just saying. War's still happening.
And so then Leonardo's all like, okay, you feel bad now that, she's proved innocent and she's dead. Good job. If you want to make it up for me, 1, you're going to sing in public. 2, which I feel is just a mean cherry on top. Like, he came up with that on the spot.
Like, yeah, and
2, you were going to marry my niece, who is just like Hero, to make up to me, this loss. If you cannot be my son-in-law, you'll be my, cousin-in-law or whatever.
Which is, to a degree, it's like half and half, like punishing him, like, guess what, you don't get true love, fucker. And also, like, well, you honestly cost me you cost me, frankly, a daughter I could have sold to someone else, and a powerful alliance. So, guess what? You're fixing this.
Yeah. And he's all like, yep, fair enough.
I was a douchebag. I earned this. Let's do it.
You could tell me to do anything right now, and I would probably do it. And so, they do that. There are like 5 women typically,
They do the multiple, people in disguise trick.
Veils.
Yeah.
Like which one's who's who. And he's not allowed to look at her, lift up the veil until,
After they're married.
After they're married. At that point, when he says I do, that's when Hero lifts up her veil, and everyone's all, well, everyone, Claudio and the prince are all like,
what?
Hero that is dead?
Like, I was dead, now I'm not. You try to
what are you gonna do about it, fuckers?
Try to figure that metaphysically.
I died only as, the lies lived or something.
Yeah.
And then, so they get their happy ending, and at that point, Benedict going like, oh, is everyone else being sensible now? Cool. Awesome. I can be myself again.
Back on my bullshit. Back on my bullshit.
Priest, I have a favor.
Let me marry Beatrice.
And everyone's all like, yes.
Oh, or they're like, oh, you like Beatrice, do you?
Then everyone looks at Beatrice, and Beatrice, faced with the mortifying ordeal of being known, is all like, no, I don't like you. And Benedict's all like, what? She's like, nah. And he's like, well, I don't like
kidding.
you either.
I was actually just making a really elaborate joke, and so joke's on you. I also don't like you. And she's like, good. And she's like, good.
At that point, Claudio and Hero going like, our shit is done. We can now take part in this. Go like, hey, BT-dubs, everybody here, audience watching, they wrote poems for each other.
Shitty poems for each other. Very important. We only know about, technically we only know about Benedict's attempts. Hence, I was not born under a rhyming planet. And it's always funny when a poet, an accomplished poet like Shakespeare, writes bad poetry on purpose. Including, oh God, what was it? Like, there is no word that rhymes with baby.
I can think of no rhyme for maybe except baby. And then they're like, oh, well, here it is. Our hands against our hearts, and who are we to fight this evidence?
Like, this isn't up to us, but apparently.
Here, I take you for pity. We can save face this way, come on.
So I think at this point, it's basically happily ever after for everybody except Don John, who had fled from Messina, but I think was apprehended.
He was apprehended, like, at the border. And it's like, well, I guess that reconciliation didn't take. And he's like, you're fucking right, it didn't.
I still fucking hate you. Like, this is really,
This cements it for me.
And everyone's all like, you know what? There have been enough party fouls this weekend. Let's save punishing him for, like, tomorrow.
Like, I'll come up with some good shit. Don't worry. That's
now that I don't have to concentrate on, my love life.
And my friend's love life. That's just drink, party, and hey nani nani.
Aww.
Hey nani nani.
Hey nani nani, man. Fuck yeah.
And that is Much Ado About Nothing.
Oh, wait. Much Ado About Nothing, ladies and gentlemen. It's a classic Shakespeare pun title.
Yep.
No. Oh, okay. So.
Wait. Fucking fine. Look it up, kids.
Look it up.
No, I was going to explain the pun title.
Yes! Brendan noped it, but Pippin can do it.
Because it's a 3-way pun. Because it's Much Ado About Nothing, because nothing actually really happens in this play. It's a house party that got a bit wild at the end. So nothing happened. Nothing is also, noting, so overhearing something, and a lot of the plot, such as it is driven by eavesdropping.
I mean, both A and B plots are.
Yeah, Benedict and Beatrice, eavesdrop conversations that they were meant to overhear. All the conversations that are overheard are actually meant to be overheard, for good or for ill.
Except the one that, allows Dogberry's crew the night guard, to capture.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
But it is people who are not realizing that they are being heard versus people who are realizing they're being heard.
Yeah.
Because that's where the maidservant comes in as well.
Yeah, but Don John and Baraccio both knew were setting up that thing to be overheard. Anyway, so much ado about overhearing things. And also, nothing is a slang term for a vagina because there's nothing there. And so it's much ado about women.
About sexy times.
And sex. Yeah. And the fact that this is a comedy.
Yeah.
And Brendan, I'm so sorry, but we can't get away from it, is Shakespeare.
Yeah, so that is the brilliance of the pun title of Much Ado About Nothing. And now we can get into story changes if we like.
I'm just gonna make a quick, what makes it, that this is one of the, great things about Shakespeare is that, like, there was a point when this could have been a tragedy.
Yes. Well, that's a lot of his work, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a part of what makes him, not just a great playwright, but also one that's lasted so long in our culture, or at least in Western culture, or what have you, is that he does tread that genre line. Because as we all know, genre's a spectrum, right? It's got a sliding scale. You slide it a little over here, it's this. You slide it over there, it's that. And he treads that comedy tragedy real well. It's why there's Brendan, I think you've seen the Reduced Shakespeare Company.
Yeah.
They have a line about in the Reduced Shakespeare, all of his works. There's a line that says you can tell the difference between Shakespeare's comedies and his tragedies is that his tragedies are really, really funny. Like, his tragedies are hilarious. And then there's his comedies, which tend to be like a boat of cliches.
Which is why they do all the comedies at once in one thing.
In one thing, because they can. But yeah, no, that's part of his genius.
I also read somewhere that with his tragedies, part of it is that the hero of his tragedies are basically in the wrong story and can solve the problem of the other tragedies.
Oh,
like
nice.
Othello and Hamlet have opposite problems.
Ooh.
Othello
Accurate.
acts too quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's what causes his tragedy. Hamlet doesn't act quickly enough.
Fucking
Othello would have fucking killed Claudius while he was praying. Othello wouldn't have given a fuck. Hamlet would not have murdered Desdemona at a moment's notice.
No, he'd be like, we gotta test this out, guys.
Like, Kant's first fucking CSI, where was,
Denmark? No, wait. Italy.
Othello was...
Italy.
Yeah.
CSI Italy. Yeah!
But yeah, a quick note on Shakespeare. You're right. I really like Shakespeare. It's a good time.
Shakespeare's so great.
Anyway, changes.
Yeah, let's get the changes.
I can go first if no one else can, because I'm going to go back to one of my old chestnuts.
Make it gay?
Yeah. Here's the thing, right? So I watched the Tenet tape version.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was able to find a UK site where I could rent it. I paid like £11.
Ooh, pounds.
I know, right? But to me, that is one of the versions I've seen that has the most queer energy.
I can see that.
Because to me, it reads like two same-sex leaning bisexual people.
Yes.
Who've tragically realized they're in love with someone of the opposite gender.
Each other.
Like, yeah. And so the fighting at the beginning, the sniping, reads like people who've been like the only queer people in the room too many times. So they're actually like close friends, and this is just how they talk.
Wait, so, and Claudio and Hero is just, what is this hetero nonsense?
Yeah.
Yes, actually. Accurate.
But, in that show, during the mask party, Benedict is wearing a miniskirt.
Hell yeah.
And Beatrice is in a Blues Brothers outfit, so a suit. And it's amazing. I love that production. So it clearly already has that energy.
Yeah.
Let's go all in, baby. This could easily be set, with someone who owns a gay bar. And, someone's coming home for the weekend and bringing his posse. Someone's coming home from, like, college or something and hitting his old place. Or, the ages don't quite work, but you get what I mean.
I got you.
And just the shenanigans that would come out of that.
Shenanigans.
Uh,
This does kind of tie into what I wanted to do, too.
Go
Not
for it. 'Cause
directly.
That's all I had. It's
Because like I watched the 2013 Whedon one there, and as I said, like it's set like at a house party, but like I'm one of those types where if you're doing like a modern adaptation, like I like changing how you're speaking to match the modern setting. You know, because Shakespeare would have had it if he was writing for an American audience in modern day, modern time. He'd use like whatever the local slang and all that stuff was, right? Because
he'd totally say yeet.
oh yeah, oh god, yeah, 100%. You know,
That fucker is a tweeter. Okay.
oh yeah, no, he'd be tweeting all the goddamn time.
He would
kidding
have,
me?
oh my god, he'd have a Vine. The second that's gone, he's on fucking TikTok. Everyone's like, that's spy stuff. He's like, I don't care. Boom. Meanwhile, Kit Marlowe's like, I'm also on TikTok.
But
And I have a blog.
Wait.
See what you did there.
Wait. No, isn't Kit Marlowe... Wait, Kit Marlowe's the actor, right? Isn't he on Cameo?
Kit Marlowe is another playwright. They were all actors because they also all needed money. But Kit Marlowe wrote Faust.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I remember in Shakespeare in Love, he's the one who's the more successful playwright.
It's just a shape of face that launched 1,000 ships.
To be fair, but yeah, at the time, he was a much bigger shit than, in terms of, like, bigger shit, like, important than Shakespeare. Shakespeare was fucking Michael Bay.
or Seth MacFarlane,
Yes.
Family Guy.
Ooh, yeah.
Or who did all those Seth Rogen comedies for a while?
Judd Apatow.
He's like a Judd Apatow, okay? Mixed with Michael Bay, because you gotta get the cannons and the bear in there.
yeah.
Whereas Kit Marlowe, that's like peak auteur shit, okay?
Yeah.
You know, the kind of stuff who's like, Scorsese's doing something again. I see.
Ah.
That's
yes.
what that vibe is. But
Shakespeare gunning to do something for the MCU.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
100%.
Yeah, oh my god. In fact, he's already started kind of putting nods into his own work to be like, see guys, I already look, I'm reading the
I can
assignment.
do it.
Yeah,
I can do it.
I'm doing the homework.
I'm just saying, Ant-Man, right?
Oh my god. But yeah, look, like that's, and the thing is, one of these things, you know, if you're talking about like the deep, in-depth, you know, political issues of the time and, you know, making some, well, that's really rooted in the time, isn't it? Whereas a dick joke, that's forever.
Indeed. So, I'm gonna have it be set in modern day, again, modern language adaptation. There's gonna be a lot of fun with adapting stuff. But then I was thinking, based on the conversation we were having earlier in this very podcast, let's set it in Boston. It could be, just like a bunch of Southie boys having a bunch of issues that they're having to work out. It could be
God.
wicked moods about the packy.
Oh my god.
It'll be
Oh god,
Great.
they're having a wicked pisser, aren't they?
wicked pisser. Wicked
Oh my
pisser at the wicked pisser at the packy. There we
Listen,
go.
the Patriots won. The Patriots won, because of course they did, right? Of course they fucking won. So we gotta have a party.
Important
Can I-
question. I'm so sorry. Important question. Brendan, do you know what a packy is?
Yeah, it's a liquor store.
Why are you having a party at the store? You're bringing
I
that
don't
shit
know.
home.
That's why I said you have to have a tailgate. Wait, does tailgate happen
listen,
before or after?
Hey, I'm just saying, Pippin, you ever gone down to the packy and just, crack one open right outside of the store? Come on.
No, because I ain't trash.
Whoa.
You get drunk at home before the tea shuts down.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, no, you're drunk. No, guys. You're drunk on the tea.
Oh, yeah, day drinking on the tea.
Wait, why the fuck are you on? Oh, because you're in fucking Boston. Listen, no, you go back out to Sudbury to where your rich buddy's guy,
Sudbury.
to where
Fancy
your
guy.
rich buddy's house is, right? Where his parents are
Hey,
there.
I
So you
ain't
go
leaving
out there.
Dorchester. I ain't leaving Dorchester.
Listen, the point is, somebody has a big yard. We got
So-
beer, we got a fire,
Oh,
and
God.
we're having a party.
Hey. It's an entire block party happening this weekend. They don't have any permits
Guys.
whatsoever. The cops keep on coming by, and those are the ones that spot the people talking about messing with Claudio and Hero.
Real talk, guys. I know we're making Boston accents, but let's consider Worcester Street Party.
Ooh.
Because let me
Worcester.
tell you, because Worcester, fantastic accent. Second of all, trash, love it. Third of all, I've literally had block parties on my street. that shit could happen. Don't forget, guys, fireworks that aren't supposed to be let off.
Oh, yeah.
Not legal in the state of Massachusetts.
Oh,
Doesn't stop anybody.
The cop lives down at the end of the street. He knows that we're doing it safe. It's fine.
I'm just saying, we just say Boston because, the wide theatrical audience knows Boston.
Wait.
It's just too bad, though, that we kind of have to set it like 10 years ago, though, when that really good, what's the name of that? It was not a rotary. The intersection in Worcester. The famous
Kelly Square?
one. Yeah, fucking Kelly Square. Somehow somebody's gotta get trapped in there. I think the clown thing should end up in there. That's where they're at.
They catch Don Pedro.
He's stuck in Kelly Square.
Yeah, he runs to Worcester, but I still want to have it set in Boston. Come on.
Okay. If it's the right way,
Don Pedro flees to Worcester.
There you go.
Don.
Don.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh.
Al, what were you going to say?
Oh, no, Calorie, I mentioned the fireworks. But it's something that Benedict, he brought fireworks.
Of course he brought the fireworks.
Also, random anecdote.
Uh-huh.
One time, I'm walking down the streets of Boston.
So no shit.
Ashley. No shit. There I was. I was walking down the streets of Boston with Ashley.
With a dunce in your hand.
We just gotten out of the tea.
Okay.
We were like in Kendall Square, I think.
Yeah.
And she's complaining about the stereotypical Boston accent because people tend to overdo it. It's not actually like that, so she's going to murder us. And
Ashley, our transcriber.
Yes.
Be angry with us? What?
And she specifically calls out the phrase "wicked pissa," and she's like, "Nobody says that." And as we walk by, there's a guy on his phone. He's like, "Yeah, we're gonna have a wicked pissa." And I turned to her, and she's like, "Nope, nah." And we just kept walking.
What I love is that. See, this is why I like Worcester, though, because one, it's Worcester. It's so trash. But two, one time. I was driving to work. Look, my accent shifting back. I was driving to work. It was the middle of winter. This was a main drag. This is a big city. Like, this is the second biggest city in New England, okay? It's the main drag. There is a guy on a bicycle that's too small for him. Middle of winter. Riding the wrong side of the road. Because this is a split road, okay? Just riding wrong side of the road. No helmet. Coat open. Flapping around. And I kid you not, in one hand, gripped, like with his hand in between him and the bike bar, was an ice dunks.
Yeah!
Yeah. Hey,
and I'm like, there it is, Massachusetts.
So how do you fit that into
I don't want to steal Brendan's Boston. That's fucking great. That's fucking great.
I want to have shots of the tea for B-roll. Come on.
Oh, yeah, you gotta...
Yeah,
listen, you could get real cheap. You know what I mean?
You got...
Honestly, and you got some, you get Seth Meyers. You could get Chris Evans.
There we go.
Honestly, I bet he played Dogberry, and I bet he'd be so happy to do it.
Oh, hell
remember,
yeah.
because he's trying to get out of, he wants to make sure he doesn't get pigeonholed as Captain America, even though he's adorable. So, him as a Dogberry?
Oh, yeah.
Hilarious.
Oh,
I wonder if you could do John.
Ooh.
Oh,
wait,
fuck.
I want Seth Meyers for Don John.
It's especially because like we're a bunch of New Hampshire kids clearly making fun of Boston.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Gotta have Don John the Bastard making fun of Boston, and that's Seth Meyers.
although technically, if you made him Don Pedro, then you could make Bill Hader Don John, because he's not actually from Boston, but he does an over-the-top accent.
There we go.
So that makes it funny because he's like not a real brother. Get it?
Yeah.
Oh.
But though,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I want to laugh when I am married and wait for her no man. And pleasure. This has been a closer look.
Oh.
And I'm just saying, if Chris Evans wants to be Benedict instead, we can let him. He's a good boy.
Oh yeah, like, he can do. Well, also, if you watch his filmography, if you've studied it as I have, remember Playing It Cool, guys? Remember that? Episode number, fill in the blank here later in editing.
We should do not another teen movie sometime.
Oh yeah.
We should. But he tends to like romantic comedies.
He does.
Like, he would be
What's
into
your
this,
number?
guys. Yeah. Is that the one where he's the next door neighbor?
I don't remember.
There's one where he's, anyway, point is, he does a lot of romantic comedies, and he's like, yeah. But, Brent, I love that idea, and I encourage our listening audience to send us actor suggestions, because evidently, we're invested now.
Yeah.
Wicked Mood's about the packing. All right, now, somebody else.
Right. For my thing, and I'm just gonna go straight in. Sorry, Kat.
Do it? No. Do it.
So I joked about this earlier, but no. Let's have this as a reality TV show.
Ooh.
Because can you imagine the wedding scene shot with the reality TV style? I keep on forgetting what reality TV is called. But no, like, and do you, Claudio? Done. I do not. And then commercial break.
Okay, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
Also, though, you get to have all of the, you get the funny cutaways to, confessional booth type stuff. It would be an editing dream, is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
And also, I'm going to point this out for the budding filmmakers in the audience and Brendan, that you could also do that on the way fucking cheap, because as you recall, reality TV kind of burst onto the scene in its heyday. Like, we had cops and shit like that, but the real, like, all of the reality stuff really came about when, again, during the writer's strike. That was like a big push for it. It went up the hill, as it were. Because you can't pay writers, but you can pay people who talk. You know?
Yep.
Yeah, reality television writers were kind of left,
well, because it's largely done by committee as opposed to a dedicated, you know.
Person, yeah.
Yeah.
I will say this. Don John's confessionals, priceless.
Oh, yeah.
So good. So good. I would love if actually he played it real straight in front of everybody else. Because remember, they're supposed to be reconciled, right? And then every time they cut away to a confessional, he's like, I cannot stand him. Oh, wait, bring it back to, put a spoiler warning in this. Do you guys remember, of course, WandaVision? Anytime Agatha was in the confessional, it wasn't that was a talking head.
Yeah.
But same vibe.
Yeah, same vibe.
Same vibe. I love talking heads, by the way.
Honestly, Don John's whole speech, I'd rather be a thorn in his side than whatever, that just one for one can go to
keep
a
it.
confessional.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, I mean...
And, like, Claudio, like, could this be the prince woos for himself? Can also be in a, be confessional.
Cut to Don John, just looking at the camera.
I would love it if, like, but I would love if you threw in kind of, like, the tropes of reality television. So, like, he's, like, does Prince woo for himself? And there he is, like, you know, the big pause as he's looking on the ground, and then suddenly he smashes his fist onto something. You know, that kind of over-the-top bullshit that humans do when we're in close quarters, under stress, and have 30 people watching us with cameras. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Big Brother Messina.
Oh, yes, that's a
title.
Yep.
Title drop. Except you can't call it Big Brother because it's probably trademarked, but yes. Something, Messina.
Yeah. No.
Wait. Much Ado About Love. No.
Yeah, that's Love Island.
Yeah.
Much Ado About Island. No, I do like something. Cause it's not, you know what? You gotta get back to that pun thing, right? With the noting, the overhearing. Secret's House or some shit like that. Secret's House, Messina. But funnier. Pippin, you have to be clever about that.
I refuse, you can't make me.
God damn it. Wait, that was funny by itself.
Ha ha! I win.
But what the producers didn't expect was that the bullshit that they tried with is Benedict and Beatrice, like they won't, they'll know it's fake. They're fake. No, it actually worked.
Actually, though, guys, Alex, I want to ping off of yours. Not for my idea. I just want to ping off it.
Yeah.
It would be really great if it was also, you could do it straight. You could absolutely do it straight, right? As a reality show. Thanks, Pip. Or you could do a an inversion type thing where the show is also a character, like the showrunners, and they expected drama from the fake cheating. They did not expect Hero to die. And they're still rolling because fuck me. So this is not the edited after the fact. Like there was an episode of The Bachelor, I guess, where the dude fucking climbed a fence to leave the compound. And at the time, they did not know what was going to happen. They did not know he was going to do that. And they're like, did we just lose our main character? Where is he? They didn't know if they were going to have to scrap the whole season. And then it turned out like they found him again. And so it made great television. So instead of so there's one story where you could do the after, right? Which is just a straight Big Brother Messina. And then there's the one that you could do as it's being filmed, where they're like, oh fuck. Wait, we gotta find the body. When we find the body, then we know. And you could use some fun stuff with like, unscrupulous, television heads and stuff like that.
Like, so they're the ones who fuck around with the producers.
Yes, exactly. So they're like, so the house goes against the producers.
Yeah.
They're like, I can't believe they fucking did that. That was really bad. You know, we shouldn't fight each other. You know who's really doing this? Them.
Man.
And so, and you'd have to do a kind of a dual story, because otherwise you have the cameras running around and you just see a bunch of people whispering all the time. Which, I mean, if you do that as a short film, could work. But for an entire movie, it's like, a little long. But I think if you did kind of a dual thing, I think that could be really interesting. A little maybe too auteurish, but it depends on how you did it.
Yeah. Right.
As with so much.
No, that's me, and thanks for the inversion.
And that leaves me.
Yeah.
It does.
So normally I have to I tend to introduce the idea that, you know, when it's a good story, you know, maybe we don't want to change anything. Maybe we want to just take what we learned from it or something like that.
Whereas I'm over here going like, nah, no story is sacred.
No. But in the case of Shakespeare, they're great and fuck-aroundable.
But are they find-outable?
Honestly, you gotta watch. And that's Shakespeare in the corner being like, buy a ticket. Cause, you know, patron saint of writing to get paid. And I love him for that. So for me, one thing is that, like, I'm loving all of these different versions that all y'all come up with. And the great thing about this history that we have with Shakespeare is that, you know, I can actually see every single one of these coming to fruition, and being amazing. I think that I would like to, you know how there was, you guys mentioned earlier the idea that you could switch around all the tragic characters, right? I want all of the comedy, or all of the romantic comedies, all the romantic pairs, and that goes across comedy and tragedy, right? And they have all been invited to a single house party. And, essentially shenanigans ensue. Possibly there's also a murder.
Yeah.
Always good with the murder.
Well, if someone dies, it's not a comedy anymore.
Not true. Depends on who dies. Weekend at Bernie's classically starts with a dead guy.
In Shakespeare. In Shakespeare.
Oh, fine.
Well, you know, exit pursued by a bear. You know.
That's a historical.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And also, they exit. They don't die on stage.
And to be fair, I happen to be of the opinion that Titus Andronicus is actually a dark comedy, where everybody gets fucking dead and it has a your mom joke. But that doesn't fit into the nice Shakespeare scholarship of what are his genres of plays? There's this, this, and this. I'm like, what about dark comedy? They're like, this, and this. So anyway, it's a shitty tragedy. It's an amazing dark comedy. So no, maybe somebody doesn't die, but there's gonna be there is the threat of death. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but I didn't come up with one before this started.
No.
With an idea.
Really?
Yeah. So I actually don't like this. I'm not invested in it. I really like actually all of y'all's better. And I really just want to play with those and not my own.
Okay.
So the question is, do we keep this sotto voce conversation in the recording? And I just confess that I fucking failed this episode.
That's
Even though technically I like to broadcast myself as the one who can make a story out of anything because I am that level of bullshit. But
I think, guys, guys.
Yeah.
The listening audience is overhearing us talk about this.
Fuck. Okay.
Hey,
it's okay.
audience.
Hi.
Hey, audience, what up? Kat just admitted that we're better than her.
How dare you? Listen,
Am I wrong?
they weren't listening. We were under the table at the time discussing that. So clearly nobody could hear us. And I'm just gonna, you know what, guys? You guys.
Wait, were they noting us?
Whoa.
Listen.
Brought it back.
Brought it back. Listen, I'm gonna say, guys, you know what? Normally I obviously would come with my own idea, but you know what? I'm gonna let you guys have this one. It's so, you all did such a great job.
Oh, you're going to let us, huh?
I'm gonna let you have this one.
So we can't just come up with this one for you and you have to justify it?
You intrigue me.
Okay, Kat.
But that's a game. That's a game, though. I feel like that's a game.
Not if the rest of us don't have to take turns.
Fuck you. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm putting in the vote that Kat has to justify college dorm.
Oh.
College dorm. Easy.
Well, no, I was going to have force Kat to justify Benedict and Hero being the pair.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
Okay, well, that's easy, too. You know, I got another.
I think dorm was more fun and not
I can do both.
icky.
Yeah, do
I
both.
can do both.
Oh, no.
Check it out. All right, the whole situation. It's a college dorm. It's college. The rush for Greek houses has over. This is the first party of the season. Okay? Of the college season. And they are making it a banger. They have invited the dude places in the sororities, the fraternities. They're having a big thing, right? And homecoming is just around the corner. So you gotta be thinking about homecoming king and queen. Yeah, there's a lot of romance in the air. And of course, fraternities and sororities, from what I understand, do a lot of interdating. I don't know. I didn't go to a school that had those. But, so there we are. Beatrice and Hero are sorority sisters. And the various elders are like the fraternity presidents and shit like that. I don't know. The prince is actually a visiting rep from a brother chapter or whatever.
From the nearby frat?
No. So there's the frats at this college, but he is like, so you have to have kind of a founding frat, right? So he is the president of the founding one, and he has come to visit and be part of this, whatever. Okay? He's also graduated, so, he's definitely guest vibes. Okay?
Yep.
So, same plot. You can do the same plot. There's shenanigans. There's whispering. There's, people getting real drunk. You get Benedict and Hero together through fake dating. Beatrice and Benedict, I'm so sorry, guys, are siblings. No, they're not, because you can't do fake date siblings. Shit.
Yeah.
Okay, different plot. Okay, that's a side thing. So that's actually the twins fuck around with people plot. We're not doing that one. We're doing fake dating, because I literally just talked about it at a convention today. At ReaderCon, which if you buy the membership for a low $25, you can see all the panels for the next 6 months available on YouTube. So, so I talked about fake dating. So it's on my mind. Beatrice and Benedict did date. They dated in high school, actually. They went to the same high school. And so they know that they are not the right people for each other. It's dicks. They're just terrible to each other. And this is actually going to pull in Pippin's queer thing. They are same-sex leaning bisexuals that tried it with each other, and they're like, you know what? And also you're an asshole. It's like, yeah, and also fuck you. But they have decided to, Beatrice's, sorority sister, Hero, thinks that she has a huge crush on the boy from the freshman who just, pledged to, Benedict's frat. And so, for reasons, Benedict and Beatrice, pretend to be, do a fake dating plot to try to interest, to wingman, various people, okay? However, Benedict, in wingmanning Claudio, actually talks to Hero. he's like, oh shit, maybe I'm not same-sex leaning bi, maybe I'm just like straight up bi, cause fuck, she's nice too. That kind of thing. And meanwhile, Beatrice is like, you know what? You are an idiot, Claudio. This is dumb. I am now going to work at not getting you together. And also, I'm ace. So, she's an asexual, same-sex leaning bi, who is going to get emotional fulfillment, from, repairing her friendship with Benedict. That's what their thing does. The fake dating actually repairs their friendship. The friendship they had before they tried to actually date in high school. And this is why they're used to shenanigans. So it's sort of coming back around to that. Queer solidarity, XYZ. And, there's a whole cheating thing, and there's not, oh no. Guys, in this one, I'm so sorry, we're gonna have to bring in real life consequences.
Dun dun dun.
So what happens, what's one of the dangerous things that could happen at out of control, Greek parties where there's a lot of alcohol? In this modern day and age.
Ask yourself, at what point does it stop being a comedy?
Fortunately, well, here, I know. See, you gotta, this is just a zero draft, right? So we go down an avenue and we're like, wait, you know what? Too dark. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have I know. There was a live stream. Not live, what are the kids? Instagram. One of those Instagram things. Insta stories. Is there video on that?
Instagram Live?
Yeah, that.
A TikTok?
TikTok's more arty. I hate to say it. This is more, or talking head. This is, I think. I don't know. I don't know what the kids do these days.
And it shows.
It does.
Fuck off. Whatever the equivalent is of we are live streaming something to the internet in a short burst and all of our friends can see it. Facebook Live or some shit. Okay, fine, TikTok. And
Instagram Live, actually, I think is...
Periscope?
Oh, some Insta.
Periscope isn't a thing. Not anymore. It was a thing, though. Anyway, technology. And there is the, everybody else thinks that this is mad hilarious, that, we see somebody who looks like Hero making out with, a boy from whatever, who is not Claudio. But it is, in fact, not her. And she did not get that sloppy drunk and behave that way, etc. Although if she wanted to, that's okay, and everybody's consensual and so on, except the drunk is kind of a little iffy. Anyway, we'll work on the politics later. And the consent issues. Point being, Claudio gets, his, knickers in a twist. Beatrice is like, I fucking knew he was a dick. He decides to make a huge fuss. And actually, we're gonna keep the slut shaming from the original because it's still not okay. So he's gonna be all like slut shaming at her. And she's gonna be like, it would be okay if I did, but also fuck you, I did not. And it goes from there. And then somehow there has to be like a homecoming thing. I would like to think that, maybe there was a weird, they were supposed to be part of the, not the actual court, but maybe, well, not the king and queen, but maybe they're supposed to be part of the court. And then this whole scandal erupted with everybody behaving badly. And then it gets resolved the same way as the play with, multiple, of the multiple whatever's maids of the court popping up. It's like, which one's Hero? And then, Claudio's like, it's her. And she's like, guess what? I still hate you though. And then she and Benedict end up together.
Good job.
And meanwhile, Beatrice is in the corner, like, raising a can of beer, being like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
She actually ends up with the role of the, he doesn't even go here line.
And this has been the first edition of the game. Cat
just fucks around.
Like, Cat's not the one who fucks around. Cat fucks around and we find out.
And we will never play it, and that's not true. Oh, guys. Go on.
All right. Let's just do a quick game this time because we've rambled way too long, Kat.
Fucking wow.
Out.
About Much Ado here. So I propose we
Wait, did we make Much Ado about Much Ado?
Something like that.
He wasn't gonna go for it.
But yeah, let's do That's a Wrap game.
Right.
Where, we just have what the characters are doing after the play.
Aww.
After the story ends. For my thing,
I forgot this was a game.
Same.
that's because it's new. Like, we just added it. Like, we had the idea for it during Base Jam, and we put it on the list.
Oh,
Fair enough.
look at us.
Yeah. Anyways.
Wicked
Still
smart, eh?
innovating.
Yeah.
Wait, Al, what's yours?
Yeah. So, my thing is, after her being married to Claudia for, or let's say, even a day, Hero finds out that the temperament that he showed is actually kinda, his regular.
Yeah.
And so, there's no divorce during those times, but there's probably the equivalent of fleeing in the night.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes to stay with her cousin and cousin-in-law. And like if Claudio shows up, Benedict's like, "Who's Hero?"
A hero who?
Oh, you need a
Don't know
hero? I mean, we can call the guard.
I mean, I'm also holding out for a hero in the morning light, but,
I know the Squeak gentleman and who can make a hero, but
I like the idea of the gag of like she's clearly sitting in the background, and he's like she's right there. And it's like, nah, that's my cousin Gina.
Say hi.
No.
Say hi, Gina, and she doesn't even look up.
And she just raises her middle finger.
or that shot in Scott Pilgrim. Where Knives is all like, "Is Scott here?" And what's his face?
Scott.
Closes the door a bit more and goes like, "No,"
Wallace.
and we see Scott go through the window in the background.
It's like,
Classic.
Wallace is like, "Oh no,
Wallace.
you just missed him."
Crash.
Perfect comedic timing, by the way. Thank you, Edgar Wright. Physical comedy, A+.
Yeah. So that's my thing, because let's face it, once a fuckboy, you can probably forgive it, but twice a fuckboy?
All right, next.
I'm gonna be real quick with this. After the story ends, Benedict and Beatrice, they're all like, "Yeah, we're definitely in love," and then they get into another fight, and then they basically then spend more time apart, and it's this constant like back and forth. It's not complicated.
At some point, a child is made. I don't know. much to their annoyance.
It's actually bringing back to Seth Meyers and Amy Poehler and all that. There was a running series of skits on SNL called
The couple who should not be married.
Yeah, or the couple who should get divorced or something like that, and they argue. It makes everybody really uncomfortable, and then they leave abruptly to go argue in a separate room. Somebody goes to check on them to make sure they haven't been murdered, and they are fucking. And I'm like, that's the energy, right there.
So I'm just gonna steal this baton. I was also going to say that Claudio and Hero should clearly afterwards get divorced. Just as quickly as they got together. But actually, I think that in the future, Benedict and Beatrice are still married and in love, still sniping at each other because that's their energy. But they're the ones holding big house parties every year on their anniversary. And they deliberately poke people to see if they can cause drama. Just to,
It's a permanent revenge for, like, you did this one time and they are going to remember forever and fuck with you for it.
Yes.
It's like, but you got married, you were in love. And they're like, does that matter to my revenge?
Who's the only love gods? We'll fucking tell you. That's what I think.
So I'll go dark. We
No!
mentioned how, like, the prince kind of fucked around with all this Claudio and Hero stuff. And we have, like, the prince's brother and, Don Pedro, Leonardo, whatever, names. We have a lot of different parties here, a lot of hurt feelings that aren't going to be resolved with a fun wedding at the end. Sorry. And so we have the dark civil war that happens. Who will succeed? I don't know. But Benedict, he's going to have to go into the fight and decide who he's loyal to.
Can it be called? Can it be called the Don John Rebellion?
Huh.
The Don John Rebellion.
Oh.
There you go. See, it's still comedy,
no.
guys. It's still comedy.
Listen, it's dark times in Messina, and the city streets will be stained red.
Oh my
With
god, he's
wine.
a detective.
And blood. There's going to be blood. Lots of blood.
There will be blood.
But there's also wine because we're a vineyard.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yeah, the clowns are still going to be clowns, because come on.
I mean, obviously, you gotta have Dogberry.
Yeah, so, again, there's just powers at play here, and yeah, they had the fun wedding at the end, and that forestalls it for a time, but only for a time. And, you know, we already know that Benedict is a fighting man.
Hell yeah.
And this time, I don't know, Beatrice feeds information or something. They're trying to unscrew the situation, much like they do in the play, to a certain extent.
Their love poetry and love letters on the outset are that, but secretly, they are code.
Dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun.
Code hidden in bad poetry. Who would
But
suspect?
did they actually mean the bad poetry? Maybe.
But yeah. So that's mine, and that's a wrap.
Woo!
Dun, 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 dun.
Bump.
All right. So yeah, that was Much Ado About Nothing. Before we go out, any new things to plug?
Yeah, let me use my real voice. Yes!
Real
The
voice?
big thing,
That's supposed
my
to
real
Boston?
my Boston, my podcast voice, as opposed to me like, no, sir. My podcast voice says, again, I hinted perhaps a little too subtly during the recording, but yeah, at the time of this recording, I am currently at Virtual ReaderCon, which, is going on this very moment, but by the time listeners hear this, you can still see the fabulous program, including 2 panels with me on them, by purchasing a registration. It's only $25. It's really great. And, it gets you the Discord, which is very active and filled with amazing people, and, links to, YouTube videos or YouTube recordings of all the presentations, all the panels. So, so far it's been really great, really exciting. And I urge people to, give it a shot.
Woo.
And I'm doing other stuff too. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anything from you, Bren?
Oh yeah. I still have my online shows. Expect to see some change-ups in the coming weeks or month or two. We're going to be switching up the format a little bit. And that's going to be on the Archie Comedy Theater's webpage. We'll have some live shows probably coming up, still masked and distanced and all that, so that's fun. Yeah, that's it for now for me, so check the space. You'll see updates. I have a show on the 20th. That's about it.
Nifty King.
Cool.
And
Nice.
then, yeah, and Pip and Al, still same as always. Yop.
All right. Right. If no one's got anything else to plug, then, as always, if you have an idea or prompt to submit, head on over to nostorysacred.com/submission. Follow us on Twitter at nostorysacred, or send an email through contact@nostorysacred.com. Your hosts have been Alex MacDonald, Brendan MacDonald, Pippin MacDonald, and Catherine Crichton. Editing for this episode done by Brendan. Transcript done by Ashley DaCosta. Art by Jay Wolf. Show notes and transcript are available at nostorysacred.com. Thanks for listening, everyone, and please rate, review, and subscribe to No Story Sacred. You can also visit our Patreon page to support the show and get neat rewards at patreon.com/nostorysacred. See you next time when we talk about the 1984 film Streets of Fire. Going nowhere fast! Until then, where no story is sacred, and any story can be changed. I'm Alex.
I'm Kat.
I'm Brendan.
And I'm Pippin.
And we're
No Story is Sacred.
Sacred.